push a little bit.
Good push. Look down. Open your eyes.
160.
That is no small fry. What do you guys have?
Look.
What is it?
So I guess it all starts at like 7 o'clock on August 16th. Uh, 7:15. We were in here last week, almost a week ago, and we were just in a triage room. This time around, we're actually in a real labor and delivery room. So we're gonna see if this is the one. Hey.
I can hear that.
I hope I don't have to be like this for a few days. I guess this can last a while.
It sounds like
2 minutes apart for contractions.
yeah. We're 7:45. Gonna run a quick test and then see where we're at dilation wise. And if it meets the requirements, then it's go time.
So we got there and they said actually the contractions were 2 minutes apart. So I thought I'm gonna have this baby right now. But apparently that does not mean that you're about to give birth, even with the contractions so close together. So I was only dilated 1 centimeter. So they said, head back home and come back later.
We didn't check off all the boxes in order to be admitted. So whenever we got back home, we had only spent like maybe less than 2 hours just chilling.
You were chilling.
I was chilling. Kirsten was having trouble breathing. Less than 2 hours after we left the hospital, we went rushing right back. By this time, the hospital was closed. Their main entrance was already closed down. So we were instructed if Kirsten ever goes into labor, then we go through the ER entrance. They kind of pointed us to a list of symptoms of COVID. Said, have you experienced any of these symptoms in the last 2 weeks? While we're at the ER desk, I hand in all the pre-registration forms that everybody made such a huge deal about, and then they didn't really even use them because they already had them on file. So we talked to the charge nurse at labor and delivery, and they're just kind of running through their verbal assessment. We got our temperature checked, we got masks, and then since Kirsten was in labor, she got to get pushed into a wheelchair towards labor and delivery. My favorite part of this whole night up to this point is that the wheel brakes on the wheelchair would not disengage. So my security guy here had to was sled pushing her in a wheelchair. And I just, oh my gosh, I was dying laughing because it was
I couldn't breathe. I was listening to this guy who couldn't breathe.
Okay. 11 o'clock. Pretty sure this time it's for real.
So I was in active labor. What time was that at? 11:30?
Oh gosh, I know I said it in the video.
Then?
Yeah, somewhere around there. Fortunately for her, unfortunately for the nursing staff, Kirsten's body was moving pretty rapidly in terms of getting ready to have a kid. She didn't want an epidural.
I wanted to be as natural as possible.
Right.
So that was the plan.
And then the birth plan changed.
So I asked for the epidural, and they said that the anesthesiologist had to rush to the operating room because of an emergency surgery. So I just had to kind of grit my teeth and
just
get through
muscle through
them.
the contractions. Yeah.
But things were moving too rapidly, so he never made it. So we gave birth before he got there, and actually it was kind of cool because that was my original hope, was to have it naturally, but then the pain was so intense that I was kind of succumbing to that. So yeah, I really felt the urge to push, and it was trying my best not to, but definitely could feel myself.
I mean, it was not long after doctor got there that we were ready to push. and then the whole adventure began there, pushing.
Yeah.
Go.
And hard push. Go.
Yeah.
1,
That's the way.
2,
Come on, come
3.
on,
Keep
come
going.
on.
4,
That's the way.
5,
Come on.
6,
Yes.
8,
Yes, like that, like
9,
that.
10. Great job. Again. Good breath. And go. Hard push.
Come on.
1, 2,
Come on.
3, 4, 5, 6,
That's the
7,
way.
8, 9, 10. Good. Let it out. Again.
Less than like 10 minutes that baby was out, and that's not normal. That's pretty uncommon, I guess is the best way to put it. But-
Yeah, I was happy about it.
Yeah, but 1:16 a.m. on August 17th, we found out.
Look down. Open your eyes.
160.
That is no small fry. What do you guys have?
Look.
What is
Oh,
it?
we got a little boy.
Well, that came
814.5.
8 pounds. 8 pounds. 3:30 in the morning. I think that's the beginning of a Garth Brooks song. Kiddo was born 2 hours ago. And I don't know what else to say about all that. Pretty surreal. There's a real live person in this room that wasn't in here when we got here. The adrenaline's starting to wear off, so I'm getting sleepy. So we were told that our stay would be 2 days if we did not have a C-section birth, and if we did have a C-section birth, it'd be to expect to be in the hospital for about 3 days. Our hospital's protocol was we were in the labor and delivery room, and we don't leave, which we didn't really have time to leave anyway. And then we were escorted up to maternity. The maternity floor is the only floor that allows a visitor, and that visitor has to stay in the room with you at all times, cannot leave. So I could not leave the room. I couldn't leave the room for anything, which was, you know, our room had a shower and a bathroom and everything. So we had basically everything we were gonna need. Getting harder and harder to look cute. No, me. My little dude's been alive for just over 12 hours now. Well, I mean, in the world for less than 12 hours, or a little more than 12 hours. We're not allowed to leave the room, which is fine. I don't know where I would go anyway. Yeah, we got a nice view outside. It's Huntington Drive out there. Right now, I'm just thinking the only, we were instructed to stay in the room. We can't go anywhere. Basically, if I had left our room, I was not going to be allowed to get back into the room, and that was just for safety reasons. Again, the maternity floor in our hospital was the only floor that allowed visitors, so they were really making sure that we kept.
Which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah. Today we've just mostly all been in and out of consciousness. Seems like just as we get settled and start sleeping, somebody has to come in and take blood or measure blood sugar levels and all that kind of stuff. So Miles does this sweet little cooing sound when he's sleeping. No, it doesn't matter if every baby does it. Our baby does it the best. Our baby is the cutest baby that's ever been beat in the whole baby world. Yeah. We were in there for 3 days. Kirsten needed a little bit more time to heal, even though she didn't have a C-section birth. Every shift change, we got our temperature checked. So along with our son's kind of normal checkups, which was blood sugar and just doing all the hearing tests and making sure he kind of checks off all the boxes developmentally before they let us leave with him. They temperature checked all of us in the room every shift change. So every night, came in, checked our temperature. Every morning, came in, checked our temperature.
We had to put our masks on every time the nurses
That's right.
came in, and there were times I was so fatigued I didn't even think to grab it, and I'd had, at least one of the nurses was pretty serious about it, which is
Yeah.
good. But she had to remind me to put my mask on.
Yeah.
Like during labor, I didn't even wear it. I was like, forget it.
Yeah.
You'd try and tell me to put this mask on during labor.
Want to introduce him?
Yeah.
So, guys, this is Miles. He was born at 1:16 in the morning on August 17th. He was, well, you saw it in the video. He was huge coming out, and was like 20 inches long.
Almost 9 pounds.
Yeah, almost 9 pounds. We're 2 weeks into it now, and he's about 21 and a quarter. So he's grown quite a bit since you gave birth. And this is us, man. This is our reality for the last 2 weeks. Is they actually let us take him home.
It's going home day. Do you want me to show you?
Nobody can.
For us? For us?
Take the little guy home. Never once did we feel like that we were dealing with it on our own. Never once did we feel like that all our anxiety was kind of misplaced. Everybody knew exactly what they were doing. Everybody knew all the right protocols and kept us safe and kept themselves safe. And ultimately, we've been able to carry that on into the house and keep him safe. So
Being quarantined, I was really worried about not having extra help, like family or friends even to come and help cook or clean. But it's just been neat because DJ and I have been able to bond with Miles this way and not have too many cooks in the kitchen where people are instructing you on how to raise your child. And it's nice to have those, especially the first few weeks, months that are so pivotal for bonding. Like have that just be us and get into a routine. So just feel encouraged that you're not alone, but people might just be supporting you from afar or just dropping off meals, but that doesn't mean that the love isn't there. And and just to embrace the quality time that you have of just you with your partner and your child.
So that's the story. Miles is here, everybody. We're excited to have him. He's
awesome.
He's awesome, especially at 2 in the morning. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If we think of anything extra info-wise, I'll be sure to put it down in the description notes below. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask because it's scary. It's scary, but it can feel overwhelming. But overall, the hospital, or at least our hospital experience, was really good. So if you've had a baby during this whole crazy pandemic situation, let us know how your hospital stay was. Hopefully it was as good as ours. And yeah, it's the 3 of us now, the A team. We got a new member. So all right, well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.